Y'all sit up now to record. He's not on my team once again. He's on the other side of the aisle, but he's following me around. So I want to make sure I don't say something wrong here. First up, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. You know, it's a Monday night. I know we got cabin season going on. We got the plant up there doing a little maintenance. A lot going on right now up in District 33, but it's important that we got back out here and thank all of you for helping us out get to this point. And then maybe see if we can learn something up here talking to some of the folks. And then just kind of talk about our campaign going forward a little bit. So with that, I mean, I think I've had a chance to talk to almost everyone just a little bit, but I just want to take a step back and thank all of you that were able to make the convention for helping us get the nomination. It was, where's Mel at? Mel was our point man here in District 33. Thank you, Mel. I never was even worried about District 33, all right? I knew by the end of the day it was going to come our way, right, Mel?
We didn't get them all, but we got
We got more than half, right, Mel? Well,
we had good candidates. I mean,
and that's the,
you know, good candidates running, and
that's the thing that I said it after we were fortunate enough to win the nomination. We got up in the stage and we talked about how everybody that was in that race really did a good job. And I'll talk about Dwayne Hendrickson. He worked very, very hard. He traveled the same roads. You know, Betty Grandy had very good support. Betty did an extraordinarily good job. Kim Koppelman out of West Fargo. Kim worked very hard. He had a good team. And then Shane Gettle. Shane, of course, was out there. And it kind of came down to Shane and I at the end. But I'll tell you that my wife Karen couldn't be here tonight. Basically, on the drive down to the convention on Sunday, she asked me, she said, "Are we going to win?" And I told her, I said, "I have no idea." And she got this white in her face. I said, "Honey, I don't know." Okay? We had made the phone calls. We had done the work. We had done everything that we could think of. But until that first ballot is cast, you just don't know where the votes are going to go. And the first time through, we were ahead by 15 votes over Shane. And I'll tell you what, I think that to me reinforced the importance of having every person vote, of the importance of one vote, because I firmly believe that if we'd have been down by 15 votes, it could have been a different result. You just never know. Because the second ballot through, then we picked up another 100 more votes, and by the third ballot, everything kind of broke our way and it was over. And that's kind of what the message tonight is that I'm really asking all of you for your support to come back out June 12th and vote for us in the primary, because one of the Republican candidates decided not to go to the convention, so we're facing a Republican challenge in the primary, which we haven't seen, I don't think, ever in this party. So that's the importance of one vote. Once again, is it's a statewide election, and Farrah and I were talking about, you know, if you got something going June 12th, you can vote absentee, get those things voted early, because what ends up happening in a June 12th election is a lot of folks get up and have something else to do. You're not programmed to vote June 12th. You just don't think that way. Now, there'll be some things in the ballot, the Measure 2, the Fighting Sioux Boga debate. You guys, Justin and I are talking about, you got some local things in your ballot here at 33 for city commissioners, right? County commissioners. Fargo has, I think, their property tax, so we'll see a lot of folks coming out. Our plan is very simple. Here comes the strategy part, right? Our plan is very simple, is that the yard signs right here, if you feel inclined, please take a yard sign with you and put it up. Bumper stickers or, you know, all over your vehicles. We're going to have yard signs going up statewide, probably in a couple weeks, but if you want to take some tonight, we're going to continue our ground game of our organization in every district. And I think at the end of the day, that's what really helped us win the convention, is we had strong people in every district helping us. And Mel, if you'll take the same pay, could you still be our District 33 rep? All right. How much do you get paid, Mel? Nothing, right?
Double it, double it.
good government.
Come on
Good
now,
government, all right.
now it's priceless, you know it.
Oh yeah, I should introduce Marsha Lemke's up here and her husband Klaus. They're helping me drive around. They'll be, see, their pay was they got Kalk shirts, so maybe we'll see what good. Well, you got a version of the Kalk shirt, don't you? All right. Let's see here. I will do a quick rundown of the statewide elected officials that came out of the convention, just so everybody knows. Governor Dalrymple got the Republican nomination, and so he'll be moving on. He's not challenged in the primary. Senator, or hope to be Senator Byrd, got the Republican nomination at the convention. He is also challenged in the primary. And then we go down here, let's see, Bob Peterson, the auditor, not challenged. Kelly Schmidt, treasurer, is not challenged. Insurance Commissioner Adam Ham got that. And then there's one more guy. What's his name there? Randy Crispin, our Public Service Commissioner to be. Randy did work. Randy did a great job against Laura Thorson, but you know, Randy, why don't you talk a little bit about what you're up to while we got everybody here.
Well, thank you. First of all, I just want to thank especially all of you who are delegates. In my particular race, District 33 was the only district out of the 47 in the state that voted unanimously. It just warmed my heart when I heard that. got a few votes out of my competitor's district, so thank you very much for your support that day in the spring, and also over these past 18 years. It's been incredible what you guys have all done for me here, so I appreciate it very much. As far as my campaign goes, we don't have the primary race, so we're not doing all the things as much as Brian is right now. Just for an update, we're working on raising funds, and I'm working on getting the ranch to where it doesn't take so much hands-on work over the summer, and so that in the coming months, I can be pretty much full-time campaigning and making sure that we win this thing in November and disappoint our friend over here. But this is Brian's event, and I expect you're all Brian Kalk supporters, or you probably wouldn't be here. I want to just tell you something that I hope will even further inspire you to get out and donate and put up the signs and talk to your friends and neighbors. 2008, when Brian came on the scene and ran for the Public Service Commission, his competitor, Bob Stenjum, was one of my dearest friends. I spoke for Bob at the convention, and Brian prevailed. And I've worked with the Public Service Commission the entire time that I've been on appropriations. Immediately following that election, there was never any kind of harshness about, well, why did you support me or anything like that. Brian has been wonderful to work with on commission budgets, and 4 years later I start running. He immediately was very supportive and helpful, offering me tips, that sort of thing. You just couldn't find a more dedicated, loyal public servant, I think, than Brian Kalk. So you're right being here tonight, and you're right in doing everything you can to make sure that we get him elected to the U.S. House. It's been a pleasure.
That's really good, huh? Did you get that on tape? Send me that out, okay? I want to use that in the commercial. All right. Aaron, that was good. Yeah, I'll just close with some thoughts about what we're up to right now. Then we'll be around here till another hour or so to answer any questions you might have. But the big thing that got us into this race almost a year ago was sitting in the Public Service Commission, seeing what we're doing in North Dakota. Things are going pretty good, right? Oh, and Representative Heller, Brenda, thank you for coming out tonight. You're not up this time either. Her daughter is a jarhead, so we have that talk as well. So, okay, but anyway, so we're working hard in the PSC. What I've seen the commission is in North Dakota, we've got good legislators, we've got a good governor, we've got good Republican leadership, we have a good business climate, we have everything going here pretty good. But the biggest threat to the state is the policies coming out of Washington, D.C. And whether it's energy policy, whether it's ag policy, whether it's military policy, that's what really got me into this race, is because we want to be part of that discussion in Washington, D.C. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, but if you want to change the way D.C. works, you got to change the kind of person you send out there. Our support is broad-based, regular people with good ideas, and our money comes from regular people, and that's who we will work to support. Regular people, not any certain special interest, not any certain group representing North Dakotans. Because when you sit and look at the issues, I was in Iraq in 2003, the Desert Storm in 92, or 91, 92, and you look at our foreign policy, it costs a lot of money, hard money, and it costs a lot of lives. And as we transform our foreign policy, we've got to keep our country safe. We've got to balance the budget. We're almost $16 trillion in debt right now. So you're going to need somebody out in D.C. that understands the importance of keeping our country safe, but also the importance of making hard budgetary calls. Why do we still have bases in Germany? It's time we close those down and figure out what the world of the future is going to look like and put those chess pieces in the right place. And you need somebody out there that understands that. Talk about in North Dakota. We have the Grand Forks Air Force Base and the Minot Air Force Base. There's discussion about closing those. We should be doing just the opposite. We should be growing those bases because North Dakota has all this great airspace that we could be using to not only use the unmanned aerial vehicles, to use the Global Hawk, do those things to where North Dakota can do great things for our state, but also do good things for the nation. Because that's what I see North Dakota as a leader for our entire country. Whether it's military opportunity, you look at energy, right here we're in the energy capital of the state, and the state is the energy capital of the country. Think about all the good things going on right here. You've got good, reliable, baseload coal power. You've got the natural gas plant up here. Everything that's going on in the state is right here in microcosm District 33. You've got wind towers down to the other part of the district. But I see that if we keep producing all this energy in the state, it's good for our state. We can move it around, keep low-cost electricity. We can get other states to help keep their costs down. We've got to continue to fight the overregulation coming from Washington, D.C. on our energy sector and our ag sector because that's a true threat. The biggest advantage we have for business coming to North Dakota is we've got low-cost energy. And right now, that is what is keeping us doing very well. The rest of the country, you know, when I was stationed out in California, they pay 20 cents a kilowatt for power, maybe even more. In North Dakota, we pay anywhere from 4, 6, 7, 8 cents, so it's a huge opportunity. And that's we got to get the right kind of people out there that can make sure those policies stay on. So I don't want to wander too much off because this is all being recorded, right? But with that, the big thing for our campaign is simply this: is we're asking for your help to get out and vote again June 12th for us, and then continue to work hard. And I'm very, very confident that we're going to win this thing in June, and we're going to go on in the fall, because the Republican Party, we've got the right ideas. We know what to do in North Dakota. You get Republican leadership in D.C., we're going to solve these problems if we're kicking the can down the road. So with that, I'll stick around and be here for another hour or so. But thank you all very much for coming. Please take a yard sign or a bumper sticker, and let's help get Randy elected too. So thank you all for coming tonight.
I'd like to say one thing, and I want to echo what Randy said about not supporting Brian when he ran for Public Service Commission. I also supported Bob's extension. And after the convention, or sometime in that time, I told Brian when he comes through here, I says, my wife and I are usually up till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Not thinking that 10 o'clock at night I'm going to get a phone call from him. Came into
You said stop by.
I know. Hogan and
Roger Tim.
yeah, and another guy. There was 4 of them.
Ben.
He called me up and they were coming back from where was it?
We were headed from Dickinson to Minot. We had to go cross country.
So he asked if stop by for coffee, and I said, sure. I made the coffee, and here they come a little after 10 o'clock, you know.
But just to show how good Republican Mel is, he was there, and I think you were watching one of the presidential debates that night, weren't you?
Yep, right.
So anyway, please stick around as long as you'd like. Coffee and cookies, and we'll visit. I'm in no particular hurry tonight. I got all night, so thanks for coming, okay? Thanks.